Good evening, or morning, or afternoon, or whatever time of the day it may be for you, everybody. And welcome to the first live stream of 2020. I did not expect this to lyrics. Hold on, give me a minute. I just put Colombian folk music. I didn't hear the instrumental music. Please be all instrumental, I don't need lyrics. Okay, as long as just feel like it's about to start singing. Okay, well, as long as it doesn't start singing, we'll be okay. Anyways, welcome to the stream, Icy Tour. I hope you will enjoy your stay. I have virtually no plan of action today. I kind of just hit the live button. And now we're just gonna go. Hi, Collapse. So, yeah, it's been a minute. The last time I did a live stream at all, from what I recall, was when the Game Awards happened. That was towards the beginning of December. Right? That was towards the beginning of December. It is now late in January, so almost a 2-month hiatus. We can chill and play the Grinch, yes. Well, maybe. So yes, so let me catch you guys up for those of you who are unaware of why I was gone for so long. I did go on vacation. I mean, you've been out of the country, so yeah, that's the main thing. I was on vacation from December, from like late December until mid-January. I was, as you can maybe possibly tell by the music you're hearing in the background right now, I was in Colombia with my family. So my family is down there. I'm not down in Colombia. I'm in the US. Everybody else is down in Colombia, so if I want to go say hi to my family, I had to go down there. And I did, and I hadn't actually done that in a very long time. You can barely hear the music. Okay, let me turn it up a little bit. I don't want it to overpower me, but I will turn it up a little bit. So yes, I went down there for pretty much the entire duration. How long has it been since you visited? More than 10 years. I believe the last time I went down to Colombia was in 2010? Maybe 2011? Still, like that's like mid 2011 or so at the latest. So yeah, as you might imagine, it was a pretty big shock seeing as much as I did. Do you remember as you did all those years ago, or did things change? Things changed. Things changed a lot. That was a different country I came into. I mean, not really, but it was very, very changed from how I remember it. Some good change, some not so good change, but change nonetheless. As I've always said, and I don't think I've actually ever said this on stream, but sometimes when people ask the question, do you think people are actually able to change? I answer that people, if you give people or places or just anything long enough, it will change, whether it wants to or not. So we're all gonna change eventually, whether we want to or not, because that's just how life works. And yes, Colombia was a very different country from what I last remember. To live is to change, absolutely. You stay in one place is the words that I now live by. Did I have some good food, man? Let me tell you, did I have some good food? In fact, let's just go ahead and switch over here. Let me make the chat box a little bit smaller. And by a little bit smaller, I mean like a lot smaller. Like 200 width smaller. Okay, maybe not 200 width smaller. Actually, let me more like 280 width smaller. Okay, that's a little bit better. But boy, did I have some good food. Let me introduce you to this here Colombian burger that I had while I was down there. That was the first thing I ate when I got to Colombia, a hamburger. Now you might think, why the fuck would you go to Colombia to have a German dish? Well, let me tell you, Colombian burgers are different. Because first of all, the sauce used is different. The sauces, there's multiple sauces. I don't even know what sauce they used. I just know they use different sauces. I know one of them is a combination of ketchup and mayonnaise. I think here in the US they call it mayo chup. You know, because mayonnaise and ketchup. But down there we've always called it salsa rosada, which means pink sauce. It looks like the Saxby sauce, but it does not taste anything like it. It tastes very different. It's very tasty. But they also use other sauces. And also the meat is fresher and the produce is fresher because it tastes different, right? It's produce from a different country. It's gonna taste a little different. It's meat from a different country. It's gonna taste a little different. In my opinion, tastes better. I ate that thing at like midnight, if not later. And I was fine. If I do that with an American burger, I will die. I will not be able to go to sleep if I do that with an American one. He ate some home cooking and his broken arm magically healed itself. Yes, so it's like it is a hamburger. If you look at the ingredients just by themselves, you would think it would taste like any Burger King or McDonald's you've eaten before, but it will not. It will taste different, and it is quite tasty again. But yes, there was a lot of food. There was a lot of hanging out with family. I basically split my my trip in two because I have family from my mom's side and I have family from my dad's side. And Well, to put things into better context, my mom and dad are obviously divorced. Been divorced for quite a long time. So the families of both sides have grown into very different mindsets. So I had to split my trip, not really in half. It was actually mostly with my dad than with my mom. But I did spend the first part of it with my mom. I spent New Year's and a little bit after and a little bit before with my mom's side family. And they're definitely the more lively of the two halves. There were people it was a pretty big reunion because first of all we went to a house that my mom and I paid for. Like that, I technically co-owned that house with my mom, and that's a house we bought like only a couple of years ago. Yet we never stepped foot into it. So that was definitely interesting. The person account on Discord sounded like way too much social energy for me. Yes, there was definitely a very social experience. Because first of all, I am one of the few introverts in the family. It's not that many of us. Most of the people in the family from both sides are extroverts. Well, actually, mostly my mom's side are extroverts. And second, Colombians in general are just more outgoing people. They're, I would say, friendlier. Honestly, yeah, we are friendly people. We're a little bit too in there sometimes, a little bit gossipy, but we are genuinely much more warm-hearted people. Okay. What topics come in a Colombian burger? Again, nothing particularly strange. I think maybe having potato chips, like crushed potato chips, in a Colombian burger might feel a little bit different. I think that is something this one had. But again, it's not that the ingredients themselves is different. It's just that the quality and place of origin of the ingredients being used is different. Like, it's still lettuce and meat and tomatoes. It's just this same things from a different country. For sure the tomatoes were fresher. I cannot. Tomatoes were greener. Like, there were still red tomatoes, but they had some green on them. Anyway, so what was I talking about? Yeah, so with my mom's side family, there were people from all over the family gathering in there because it was in a town, and not everyone lives in that town. My cousin, which is basically my sister, because I grew up with her basically as if she was my sister. She came from the capital, from Bogota. She came down to that town. I have another cousin. She came from Dubai. Fucking Dubai. You know anybody who lives in Dubai? My cousin lives in Dubai, and she came all the way from over there with her husband to meet us for the first time. Again, it was probably even more than 10 years for her. It was probably like close to 13, 15 years in her case. So it had been a very, very, very long time. We had family coming over from Cali. We had just, yeah, it was not a little family reunion. It was a big family. It was a huge family reunion. There were a lot more people in that house than there realistically should be in a house of that size. It was a very cozy home. It's a very cozy home for like 2, maybe 3 people. After that, it's like, oh, Jesus Christ. But nonetheless, it was a very, very refreshing vacation. Do you have to get any shots going into the country? You as a Colombian citizen or somebody pertaining to Colombia, do not. If you are a visitor, I think they do require you to have to be vaccinated, at least with the 2 main shots, not the booster one, but that might change if it hasn't already. So obviously, and then to come back to the US, you actually do have to be fully vaccinated and have a negative COVID test. So actually, getting back to the US was a little bit more complicated than going into Colombia. Anyway, did you all that sleep under the same roof? Actually, it's that cone building is as big as you say. It might not be a problem. No, we did not all of us sleep in the same roof. We had my uncle and his family, which is his wife and his 2 children, his 2 kids, 2 boys actually. They slept in a hotel, and in that same hotel, in a different room, is where my cousin from Dubai and her husband slept. And then I have another uncle. He actually does have his own home over there in the town that we went into. So in that house, it was my mom, 2 aunts, my cousin from the capital, and me. So 5 people that actually slept in the house. But of course, we would sleep there. But like once the day started, everybody would start just coming into the house. And started hanging out and all that stuff, so that was great. Let me change the picture to a different food picture, because I also got a lot of food to talk about. So this here, let's talk about this here pizza. So this is a pizza you might think again. Why would you go into a foreign country to eat, into Colombia, to eat Italian or Greek food? It's just pizza, right? Well, no, sir. Or ma'am, or whatever you classify yourself as. This is not just any old pizza. This is a pizza estofada, which is delicious. It is scrumptious. It is genuinely probably the best pizza I've ever eaten in my life. Are you kidding? Oh, pizza ought to be a global food. Well, it more or less is at this point. I'm pretty sure you can find pizza just about anywhere. But this is a Colombian variant. It's like a calzone. I guess you could kind of call it a calzone, but this is what it looks like in the outside. So you might think there's no toppings in this. It looks boring. Well, sir, the thing is that pizza is layered. That thing is layered. This is what it looks like on the inside. You open it and there's all your ingredients. There's your mushrooms. There's your shredded chicken. There's your... I think that was sausage? Or no, I think it might have been wheels. There's the cheese, there's the sauce, and the kind of dough that they use is... Ooh. Oh man, that dough was good. And I only managed to have 1 slice in my whole trip there, but it was worth it. Like, if you ever go down to Colombia, ask where you can get yourself a pizza estofada. It is, again, some of the best pizza you will ever have in your life. I am not joking. It is that good. If you like pizza, you will like pizza estofada. Literally translates to like stewed pizza. It is a little bit more liquidy. That is something about it. It is a bit more of a liquidy pizza as compared to your regular pizza. But again, it is very good. Very, very good. Have it. Anyways, what else? Right, so we went over there, and because a couple of people in the family, in my mom's side family, are cooks, well, not like professional cooks, but well, actually one of them basically is. But yeah, a couple of us know how to cook, myself included. Yeah, we actually had took turns to cook every single day. Do they put Pizza Hut to shame? Yes. I mean, I'm personally not that big of a fan of Pizza Hut. Anyways, I mean, I kind of like their pizza. It's not great, it's not bad, but if I were to pick my favorite, like a favorite pizza of mine, probably Jet's Pizza. Jet's Pizza is one of, I'm not sure if you guys have ever been to Jet's Pizza. I know one of you has. It's not as big of a chain, but they have some really good pizza. This pizza would put Jet's Pizza to shame. It's that good. Anyways, so as far as the actual a more traditional Colombian dish, this here is ajiaco, and that is something that my cousin cooked. And my cousin, the one from the capital, she actually learned from a professional cook in the capital that has like their own restaurant and everything. So she learned some good cooking. That's a funny way of saying it. Well, yes, there is an avocado in the picture, but the main attraction here is the soup. So in that soup there is shredded chicken, there is heavy whipping cream, there's obviously a corn, and the main thing about this here pizza, right? This here soup, is that it is made creamy by cooking a lot of potatoes into it. Hello! Holy shit, am I getting rated? Oh, wait. Am I getting rated? Oh shit! Tiberius Vanderfield is rating with a party of 2. Hi, hello, Tiberius Vanderfield. How are you today? Hope you had a great stream, whatever you were doing. Hello, Altariana. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Sheps. Everybody's here. Oh my god. So, I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but for the new people, this is my first time streaming in 2022. The last time I streamed was during the Game Awards of December, like early December. So it's been a minute. I'm showing off some pictures of my trip to Colombia to see my family. I'm showing you some food pictures. I'll switch to some scenery later. But yeah, I'm just talking about food. And so yeah, this here is an ajiaco. It is again, it's made creamy basically by melting a lot of potatoes into it. The potatoes make it creamy, and if you melt enough potatoes in the pot, it gets creamy. And it's gotta be like different kinds of potatoes. Hey, Jonami! Hey, you're here too. Oh, what did I miss? Food pictures. You haven't missed anything particularly like super important. It's just me talking about my family and my food and all of that stuff. Yeah, Colombian burgers and pizza. That's so far what has happened. Again, everybody else, welcome. I guess I'll do a quick introduction of my first introduction of 2022. I am Hollow Bastion. I am Squirrel. But I do have a YouTube channel as well, and I am actually doing a multi-stream to that channel. So if you personally prefer to go to watch on YouTube as opposed to Twitch, there is a link for that down in the description. Well, I mean down in the lower part of the stream. Is there a Discord server? Yes, there is a Discord server. Now I do have it invite only, but honestly, it's getting kind of lonely here. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and just for the heck of it, just cause I'm feeling nice and sociable, I'm gonna go ahead and drop a Discord link in the chat. So if you guys would like to join the Discord server, you may follow the link that I am about to drop somewhere. Where is it? Right, people. No. Okay, there. I think I just copied it. I was about to go on ahead. Okay, no, that's fine. I'll go ahead and take care of it. Where is my Twitch chat? There's my Twitch chat. Okay, so if you follow that Discord link, there should be a rules section, a rules channel. Make sure you read the rules. At the very bottom of the rules, there will be a thing asking you, did you read the rules? You better have read the rules and then say yes, and then you will gain access to the rest of the server, and then you can go get your roles and all that stuff. We like to watch movies and cartoons over there, so I'm doing it very recently. I just started doing that via a Plex server, which is basically like Netflix, but like I host it. It's not Netflix that hosts it. I do it. It's my Netflix. And you're invited. But sometimes we just do it directly to the Discord streaming service. So you may do as you please, regardless. You are also welcome to stream over there if you want. Yeah, we have cartoons and films every week. We started watching Avatar: The Last Airbender just last week, and a couple of weeks before that, Aiken Labs here on the channel was streaming the Donkey Kong Country cartoon. So that's the kind of stuff you can expect from the Discord server. Last week in the movie theater we watched Encanto, because Colombia obviously, so I'm in the Colombian mood. Actually, that's something I can definitely say about this trip to Colombia. I came out a lot more positive about the country as opposed to my previous time. Obviously, there are a lot of problems with Colombia. It has a lot of corruption. It has a lot of angry politicians. Well, not angry, but it has a lot of politicians with a lot more power than they should, and there's a lot of problems in the country, as any country does. But I was definitely a lot more homesick going into this trip this time, and I definitely got to appreciate the culture and the scenery and the people and the food a lot more than when it was just my standard. And if you are somebody that's that currently lives outside of your home country and have been for a long time, you might get that feeling too. Maybe you'll go back to your home country one day and like you come out a lot more positive, a lot more mature, but a lot more positive. Okay. I actually just finished acquiring that Mega Man cartoon episode, so I'll start with that soon. Okay, we got more cartoons coming. I think we watch mostly cartoons as opposed to anime, but we do watch anime. We also watch the Persona 4 animation on the Discord server. Not that long ago either. Anyways, let me switch to a different food picture. So this was our New Year's dinner. Well, half cooked. This is a pernil de cerdo, which I believe pernil, which means like the leg, like the upper leg of a pig, of a pork. Now it's half cooked over here, but that thing was massive. That thing was huge. It took like 7.5 to 8 hours to cook that thing in the oven. Now, admittedly, our oven was also not that big, but still, this was a team effort. Like, it took 2 people to just take it and put it back in the oven every time we did it. Now, this is what it actually looked like once it finished. A lot more roasted this time, a lot more charred. I've got some tea with me. I don't usually drink tea, but I've started drinking tea. Oh, I got it back. I don't know. We got a lot of tea in the pantry, and I just never drank it. I don't dislike it. I mean, it's basically just slightly flavored water, but they do say it's good for you, so I'm gonna just have some more. Okay. Anyways, so that was part of it. Obviously, that wasn't the only thing we had in there. We also had some mashed potatoes that my cousin, like again, the really cook-savvy cousin made. Now that thing was good. That thing was tasty, man. Oh my god, that was one of the best mashed potatoes I've ever had. What kind of tea? Hot tea, bag tea, or like chili canned tea? I had a little baggie of tea. It's Dean Herpent. I don't know what kind of tea this is. I just know it's I think it might. It's not chamomile. I know that. It might be green tea, or just it's definitely a little bit green. It's not super green, but it's like a little bit green. I'll have to find out later. Anyways, what else? So yeah, we had that, and then we also had a Caesar salad. Let's see if I have a picture of the Caesar salad. There it is. And that's just Caesar salad. It's nothing particularly crazy about it. But you've probably seen it before. It's got carrots on it too, so you know there's that. Something about Colombia is that we don't. The supermarkets don't tend to use fridges as liberally as in the US, so a lot of the produce that you will grab is actually not cold, even though over here, like the lettuce was not cold. I'm used to the lettuce being cold. Over there, it was not cold. That was fine. We just had to wash it a lot more because they had a bit more of an ecosystem growing on it. Also, the milk is not refrigerated either. We have actually, you can see it in the picture with the pernil on it. See those packages back there on the top right, and in this picture over here on the top left. That's milk. That's milk from like a carton, and apparently you don't put that in the freaking in the fridge. You just leave it outside and it's fine. And I drank this kind of milk multiple times throughout my trip, and I was fine. And I thought I was lactose intolerant because I kept having problems with a lot of my breakfast over here in the US. And then I went over there. I drank the Milo, or Milo, or whatever you want to call it. And I was fine. I was drinking milk and eating cheese regularly, and I was fine. My God. Okay. Is that rice or some form of grain food in that food pic? Say something that looks like white. Oh, those were that were cheese. A Parmesan cheese. Bugs, yes, they were bugs in the lettuce. I think one of them even had a snail. Yeah, one of them had a snail, and I distinctly recall that. Imagine the produce arrives and sells fast enough to where that's not an issue. Generally speaking, no. And also, I think people down there just have stronger stomachs. I think we just have stronger stomachs. We get used to eating shit more naturally. Less refrigerated with less conservatives, so we just... Maybe if you're going into Colombia for the first time, you might have slight issues with the food, but you should be fine. Hopefully you'll be fine. I thought I was hearing about lactose intolerance more and more lately. Could it be that American cheese is just getting worse? Possibly. I had a sandwich this morning with provolone cheese, and that provolone cheese had staying power. And not the good kind of staying power. So, I think I'm gonna cut down on the cheese a little bit. I might switch to vegan cheese or something for a while. Anyways, this is what the finalized plate looked like. So that was our dinner. Our New Year's dinner. Very tasty. Very nice. But on top of that, we also had something. This is more of a traditional Colombian food. My uncle was also a very good cook. He made buñuelos. Now, buñuelos will be something different depending on who you ask, or rather, where the person you're from, where the person that you're asking to comes from. Because Mexican buñuelos look very different and probably taste very different as well. But for us Colombians, buñuelos are basically fried cheese balls. They are made with a special kind of dough, but it's mostly just dough, a lot of cheese, and then just you make the little bowl shape and you put that in basically a deep fryer. And you just flip them around a little bit, and there you go. It's fried cheese balls. It's common, very common breakfast, snack, dinner. You can eat them whenever, wherever. And they are delicious. Scrumptious. And I believe some places like specialized in buñuelos would even fill them up with something else like chocolate or sausage. Or, you know, you can eat them sweet or you can eat them more salty, and it will be regardless of what you do. It's gonna be good. So have yourself some buñuelos. If you ever go to a Colombian bakery, which those you might be able to find in the US and other places. I've seen a couple of Colombian bakeries around here. Have yourself some buñuelos and some pan de bonos and some pan de quesos, some pan de yuca. Oh my god, we have such good bread down there. Yo, Colombian bread is delicious. Okay, fun fact with the... As adults, we aren't supposed to digest milk. It's a genetic mutation that allows us to digest it now. In nature, we are only meant to consume milk as infants, and then we grow out of it. Yeah, I remember seeing something like that in a video by Kurzgast. Or Kurzgast. It's an animatic YouTube channel. They make a lot of like science stuff. But yes, apparently adults are more lactose intolerant than children. Which I guess, yeah, I see the logic. But I like cheese, man. Come on. Okay. Would you say that the word like 5 more times? I found it to be utterly unpronounceable when you typed it before. Let me spell it out for you. Okay. So that is buñuelos. 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 It has the ñ. So you gotta watch out for that. And I just typed that out to actually, I haven't checked my Trovo chat, but I think the Restream should be able to tell me if somebody from Trovo is chatting. Anyways, has anybody joined the server? So yeah, I see Tori, you joined the server. Awesome, glad to have you here, man. Don't forget to read the rules and get your roles and do all of that stuff once you get the chance. But yeah, your text appeared like 5 whole seconds before I heard you say you were typing. I'm going to refresh. Oh, well, that might be because I typed it on Restream. Maybe... Actually, it shouldn't appear before. Yeah, maybe you're lagging a little bit, but anyways, that's okay. Buñuelos. Definitely have some buñuelos. Just have some general Colombian bakery. It's delicious stuff. Okay, what else do I have in here that's worth sharing? I have this here. It's not in the correct place, but whatever. You can kind of tell what's going on here. This thing is called a raspado or raspao. Actually, it might be a more common way of saying it. Let me drink some. Okay, so a raspao or raspado is basically shaved ice, but like far superior to any shaved ice you've ever had in the US or probably anywhere. We do our shaved ice we take our shaved ice very seriously down in Colombia. So that thing has arequipe, which you might have also heard that called dulce de leche, cajeta, manjar blanco, and probably some other names that I'm forgetting. But it is very good, and my cousin had one with Milo. There's a lot of Milo or Milo used in Colombia. You can actually get that in a grocery store here. It's basically just a powdered chocolate drink, or a chocolate powder that you can put and make a drink with it. But we use that for just about everything down there in Colombia. So definitely have some Milo if you ever go down there. And yeah, it was just very good. It's just made with more ingredients. I think it's got like condensed milk. We use a lot of condensed milk for our desserts as well. It had it was basically more like an ice cream, but it just had like that texture of shaved ice. But it had the taste of good ice cream with the texture of shaved ice. Very good. There's a different variant called cholao, which is more fruity. It's a lot less sugary and more fruity, but it's also very good, also very tasty. It's a good thing I ate right before coming here because I'm sure I'd be hungry. Look at all this good stuff. Yeah, it's fucking delicious. My God. It is not caramel, but it is arequipe, which again, it looks like caramel, but it is not as heavy as caramel. In my opinion, a lot better than caramel because of that, because it's a lot easier to down. You can actually swallow that thing without feeling sick afterwards. I mean, I like the taste of caramel, don't get me wrong, it's just a little bit heavy for me. And this here, this is Chocapic. I have not been able to find this cereal anywhere in the United States. Just a crying shame, because it's the best cereal you'll ever have in your life. It's like what's the name of it? It's just like wheat shapes with chocolate on them. I don't know how to describe it. I just know it's good. It's really good. Really good. My God. Lighter and fluffier caramel sounds good to me, yeah. The legend comes to life. I almost thought the words of the bottom spelled out in No, that says contenido, which means content. It's just telling you like how much there is in there. 200 grams. Remember, almost every country in the world uses the metric system. We use grams, not ounces. Now in Colombia, and in Mexico, and in the United Kingdom, and in Japan, and in China, and in Russia, and just about anywhere that's not the United States, Myanmar, or Libya. Cocoa Puffs, it's not Cocoa Puffs, because it's not circles. It looks more like... What's a good shape to describe the Chocapic? It's more like little bowls, almost. Yeah, the actual shape of the thing, it's like little bowls. Half bowls, I guess. What else? Like, oh, I mean, if any of you guys have Vaseline, you know the shape of the cap of the Vaseline, kind of like that. That's what I'm using to compare right now because I'm holding it in my hand. Like Cookie Crisps. It is a difficult shape to describe. Like, you can see it here in the picture, and I get it. I have the picture shape. Like, can I make this thing like not be that? Okay, maybe I can. Yeah, let me rotate it. There we go. I can. That way you can see it a little bit better. But yeah, that's the shape. I don't know how else to describe the shape. That's the shape. Not just crispy puffed rice, but whole tiny bowls of crispy puffed rice cereal. Yes. Exactly right. If your hand was perfectly circular, it'd be the shape of a cupped hand. Yes. More or less. Okay, let me get a different picture now of some more food. This is actually something that that a friend of ours, a friend of the family, had for us. Now that is just a typical Colombian dish. You can see on the right there is ground beef, and that's what ground beef looks like for us. When I came to the US and they told me that ground beef looked like what it does over here, I was like, what? Now that's what ground beef looks. It looks more like shredded, like extremely finely shredded beef. It's got some vegetables on it. There's rice, there's plantains, there's arepas, very small arepas. There's a salad over there on the top left, avocado, got carrots, got sesame seeds, and then we also got some soup. And it is a very typical Colombian tradition to have soup with your lunch or dinner or whatever you're having. Soup is usually something that you will have beforehand. And now that's something that we don't do over here in the States, and I'm kind of glad we don't, because it's a little bit too much food. It's honestly a little bit too much food. Now I was fine eating this much because once again, Colombian food comes from a different place. It's less heavy. Overall, Colombian food is less heavy. You can eat more of it without feeling less full. They do say that there's a lot of protein and like vitamins and all that stuff in American food, and you can feel it. Like you can read about it and you can be like, yeah, that's probably right. But when you actually feel it by trying food from a different country, I just spilled half my goddamn tea hole. I'm too excited. Hold on a second. Hold on. Get this thing over here. Okay. Yeah, once you actually feel the difference, it's like, wow. Oh my god. Okay, crisis averted. I did not spill my tea anywhere important. It was just a little bit on the table. I spilled half my tea, but I forgot to mention I only have a little bit of tea left, so we're fine. Okay. Anyways, those corn sections look plump and tasty. Yeah, they're very nice, and actually, I wasn't much of a corn on the cob person, but honestly, I got to eat a lot more corn while I was down there. You know what? I do kind of like corn on the cob. It tastes nice. It tastes good. It's quite nice. You just have to eat it with the right tools. Eating it with your bare hand is doable, but honestly not ideal. You gotta get those little like the things that you can spike on the. You can stab the corn on either side, and then you can eat it more easily with that thing. I don't know what it's called. It's just a corn holder. Probably what it's called, actually. American produce usually feels comically oversized to me. Not just to you. I've heard a lot of people say that American food is just too big. America in general is just too big. That's too much. A lot of stuff here in the United States is very large. And yeah, it's true. A lot of stuff up here is very large. Yeah, corn holders, corn skewers, those things. But yeah, it's a common thing now. I personally would not do that because I feel like you're having two dishes. Like, this is not a full dish. This is two full dishes. So I would personally not do that. I would probably just go either with the soup or with the meat and stuff. But whatever. What else do I have in here? I have lechona. Lechona is a kind of pork that we have down there, and I don't know. I just took a picture of this one, kind of just because they actually had the menu like imprinted onto the tables, which is kind of funny. And they also have, as you can see here on the top of the thing, they have the little the pork skin on it. I would describe this as pork jelly. It is not pork jelly, that's actually pork skin. It's very crunchy. on one side, and on the other side it is a little bit softer because, you know, the underbelly of the pork. A little bit different. You can see down there, there's rice combined with the actual meat of la lechona. There's an arepa over there on the bottom left. And I think there were also chickpeas. I think there were chickpeas on this dish. It was quite nice. I like this one. Anyways, this was the first thing I had when my dad came over, and you know, was taking me over to the to his part of town now. Well, now his part of town is a different town. Different town, like almost 4 hours away from the other town I was at. A long drive. My thing's about to fall off. Don't do that. Okay, keyboard, don't die on me. Jesus Christ. Alright, what else do we have in here? I think we have a couple more. I have 2 more foot pictures I can show off over here. So this here. Well, it's kind of hard to see in this from this angle. This one. This is a little bit better. That is an oblea. So an oblea, it's spelled like so. Is a, again, it's like a giant cookie made of 2 different wafers, very thin wafers, and in the middle you have jelly, like probably grape jelly, but technically you would have other jelly options if you wanted to. Jelly, you have crushed peanuts, you have condensed milk, you have heavy whipping cream, you have arequipe, again, you have shredded cheese. Yeah, feel like I'm missing something in there. Don't remember what I'm missing, but I'm probably missing something. Very good dessert. You can find it just about in any, if you just go down the street, downtown, or in any town that you're at in Colombia, you can probably find some obleas. We had this one at the beach, actually. Well, not the beach, the lake. And we'll get onto that lake in a little bit. But yes, very good stuff. You can actually get these. You can get the wafers in certain supermarkets, but it's up to you to find all the ingredients you want. So, you know, that's on you. That pork skin reminds me of roast duck that I would find from that a lot of Asian restaurants in my area. Crunch and shine. Lakes can also have beaches, I've discovered. Oh, I did not know that, actually. But anyways, yes. And then I think I have one more foot pick here. This is actually not that important, but I mean, I'll show it off anyways. That's a burrito. A burrito. It's the burrito itself was quite nice. It was very tasty, and the thing that I took, the reason I took this picture is because in the menu, right, in the menu description of this burrito, it said that it came with 3 nachos. Now, when I said it came with 3 nachos, I thought it came with like maybe 3 small portions of nachos, or, you know, I was kind of confused by the term 3 nachos. So, call me surprised when the plate came in and it actually literally genuinely had 3 nacho chips. Like that's a specific thing in the menu that they put in there. This will come with exactly 3 nacho chips on the side. And I was like, okay. I was like, why not just give like a small portion, or just not give me nachos at all if you're just going to give me 3? And I need to point out, different items in the menu had different amounts of nachos. So I think my dad had something that had 2 nachos. And indeed, his plate came with 2 nachos. And there was another one that had said 4 nachos. So I imagine that one came with 4. I forgot to silence my phone. What the fuck is that? Oh god. Okay, well, I want to make sure I don't get surprise phone calls in the middle of the night, because it can happen. It has happened actually a couple of times before. Alright. Anyways, from the screenshot it looks like a giant egg and a ham sandwich. The oblea. Not really, but no, it doesn't taste like that, I can guarantee you. But it kind of looks like that, I guess. How are you expected to eat that without getting your hands messy? Oh, the oblea? Hey, you're not. you're gonna get a little bit messy. Well, I mean, at the bottom, it does have does have a holder, but you're probably gonna get a little bit messy eating that thing. Okay. Well, yeah, one of them is even... Yeah, one of the chips is broken. Okay, I might have taken a bite out of that one. But, yeah, still. 3 chips are not enough at all, even as an appetizer. This is the work of a madman with too much power. Oh, the burrito has a drizzle on it. Oh, the burrito. Yeah, the burrito was pretty good. It was... This is kind of different. They use a different kind of chicken from the chicken I'm used to here in the United States. Anyways, that's all the food pics I had. Let's switch to something different. Switch to some nature pictures. Well, yeah, here's a tree. That's not the picture of a tree I wanted. Hold on. Counterclockwise. This is some funky beats I have on the background right now. Did you eat it with a fork or something? Yes, the burrito. I did it with a fork and knife. That's just how I eat my burritos. But anyways, so this here is like the one of the first pictures I took while I was down there. A tree. Because, of course, I don't know why I didn't figure this, but in Colombia, obviously the trees are going to be very different because it's a completely different climate. And I feel like the trees are... There's a lot more variety in trees. Like, you can see just in this picture alone, there's palm trees, there's like robles, there's that tree in the middle, there's a bunch of trees over there in the background. There's all kinds of different trees down in Colombia. There's some more tree pictures. There's more trees. Because yeah, this is tree a lot. The thing with these trees is that they start branching out very early on, so you can climb them a lot more easily. There's a lot more tree climbing in Colombia than in the United States. That's for sure. We're not gonna eat that burrito with a fork and spoon while it's in a bowl because it doesn't even look like the wrap can contain its contents when held. Yeah, it's a different kind of breed. I sincerely hope you have at least one picture of a capybara. I do not have a picture of a capybara, unfortunately. I did not encounter one. I encountered a sign that said, in this area there might be capybaras, so be careful while driving, but I did not actually encounter a capybara. Well, I do have a funny story. Actually, when I saw that sign, I asked my dad, hey, does that mean there's capybaras around here? And my dad was like, what's a capybara? So the thing is that in Colombia, right, we do not call capybaras, we call them chigüiros. And I don't know how to make that, let me see if I can find somewhere where I can put that U. Hold on. I need to copy paste the actual... There it is. Okay. So here's how you spell what we actually call them down there in Colombia. Chigüiros. So I had to specify that it's a chigüiro I was talking about. Because, you know, every country will have their own way of naming the animals that are actually native to the nation. The funny thing about that is that my dad's a veterinarian. Now you'd figure a veterinarian would know his animals, especially his local animals, but no, he actually did not recognize the word capybara. Anyway, let me guess, that just means giant rats. No, I don't... Chigüiro is probably a Native American word. And okay, maybe it does mean giant rat, I don't know. But, we also call zarigüeyas. Okay, I just said that word in Spanish. We call opossums chuchos and chuchas. I mean, which chucha is also a word we use. Actually, chuch. That's an important distinction. We so opossums equals chucha. Now, chucha is another word we use for armpit smells. So that's an important correlation there. You gotta make sure you don't confuse it with Chucho, because Chucho is a nickname for Jesus. So yeah, that's your Colombian Spanish lesson of the day. Yeah, so if you ever hear somebody speaking about Chucho in a religious setting, or just in general they're referring to Jesus. I actually had a friend whose name was Jesus, and I also called him Chucho. So I don't know why the fuck do we do that. We just do. Okay. Anyways, let me get some more nature pictures. Here's some birds. Went to the park. So there's a lot of birds in Colombia. Like a lot of birds in Colombia. I believe we have one of the most biodiverse, one of the highest levels of biodiversity for birds in the world. So if you're a fan of bird watching, go to Colombia. You'll find a lot of different kind of birds down there. I did not see a condor while I was down there, which the condor is the Andean condor specifically is the national animal. But yeah. Anyways, that reminds me, when we should watch the three caballeros on Discord sometime. Sure, I'll add that too. I haven't added your stuff to the watch list. I'll make sure to do that after the stream today. But anyways, there's some more birds. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, I went to somebody's house. I had to make a very zoomed in picture. But anyways, here's some canaries that were just over there on the floor, just enjoying some worms probably. And the bigger version of this picture is this right here. So this was just in a friend's backyard. In the friend that made that dish with the soup on it. This is their backyard, and this is the kind of backyard view you can expect in Colombia. It's a lot more tropical, a lot more, a lot more palm trees down there. There's a lot more different kinds of vegetation. So yeah, it's a very different kind of back view if you go down there. Andean condors. Holy crap! Why is this not a Pokemon yet? That white feathered neck piece is downright magic. Oh, the Andean condor. I feel like there's something that's kind of like it. There's a Pokemon that kind of looks like it, but yeah, the Andean condor. Let me see if I can just find a picture of it over here. Yeah, that bird is both majestic and very big. So let me see a good picture of it. Yeah, let me just switch over to the browser real quick. It's yes. Believe that's okay. Hey, get the pictures out of the way. That is an Andean condor. A majestic looking bird this is. Look at it. It's got our wingspan, it's got that like color, and they're quite large. Look, it's like more than half the size of these people. They are very big animals. They are majestic animals, and they're just some of the kind of birds we have down there. Look, that's a better size comparison. Its wingspan is bigger than that dude. Very, very large creatures, very majestic creatures. But what's some other kind of animals we have down? We have we have a guacamayo. This here thing. These are indigenous. Well, they're from the Amazon, but you can also find them around in Colombia, obviously, because we do have a big chunk of the Amazon down there. Yeah, these are very, very majestic creatures as well. We have some majestic birds down there. I've seen some of these at the zoo. They're very large parrots. These are parrots, and they're very big. Very, like you've probably seen this kind of parrots from like pirates, like pirate cartoons or movies or whatever. But once you actually see the bird in real life, you realize how big they are. Okay. We have a vulture and a white-colored crow Pokemon. Is that? Yeah, I think that's the one I was thinking about. Whatever. Yeah, they should definitely make a Pokemon game. If not specifically in Colombia, then just like in Latin America, around the Amazon forest, because we have some very good like Pokemon candidates down there. And hell, even just outside of the animals, the vegetation would make for some interesting Pokemon, and and the setting and just the Amazon forest and Latin America, South America specifically, would make a very good setting for a Pokemon game. I'm surprised we don't have one yet. Yo, Game Freak, I know you don't make the best games anymore, but still, if you ever need ideas, just go down to South America. Promise you'll find inspiration. Guacamayo is just waiting for a terrible American condiment company to trademark it. Guacamayo, I get it. Guacamole and mayonnaise. Don't do that. Don't mix guacamole. That sounds terrible. Oh my god, Jesus. Okay, but that's the name of the actual bird. Anyways, let's go back over here and push that away. Now, what else do I have in here? Oh wait, I have this video. Let me forgot about that. So I took this video of just while we were driving from my mom's family's town to my dad's family's town. And you can see over there in the distance, you know, we were just talking about the Andean condor. Well, here's the Andes, the Andean mountain range. It is quite majestic because over here, okay, to put a little bit of context, I live in the southeastern United States. We don't have that many mountains where I live. So to go back over there where there's a lot more mountains over there in the distance, just staring through the clouds because of how large they are. It was quite a sight to see. And again, this was standard for me back when I was a kid, so I didn't pay much attention to it. But nowadays, looking at it, just look at that mountain range, and it's all the way. It's for the entire 4-hour or 3.5-hour drive from my dad's place to from my mom's place to my dad's place was just mountains and mountains. Here's another shot I took. Yeah, and there's a lot of mountainous road over there in Colombia, as you might expect. Because again, basically most of the cities and towns and just civilization in Colombia is built around the Andean mountain range. So you will see a lot of mountains in your stay in Colombia, unless you go down to the Amazon. There's only a couple of towns down there in the Amazon forest. Okay, suddenly I'm reminded of the time I saw mayo soup in someone's fridge. I have some mayo soup in my fridge, actually. Okay. These mountains are the Andes. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, this is a video. I actually asked my dad to see if we could park somewhere just so I could take a better video of the mountains. I have discovered that I really like mountains. I just find them to be very breathtaking scenery. So there you go. Anyways, let's put the music back on. Okay, is that where the weird skinny tail of Colombia is? The Amazon? No, actually, the Amazon covers a lot more than just that little tail. I know what part you're talking about. That part, actually, we can go there right now if you want. Let's go to Google Maps. So you are probably thinking, right, of this part over here, this little bit. Let me see. Let me make sure that actually looks. Hold on. Let me. What I need to do is I need to do this. Okay, and let me take the picture out of the way. Okay. I think you'll love the second region of Genshin Impact, and it's full of mountains. Oh yeah, absolutely. I really gotta get back to Genshin. I'll talk about something besides Colombia later in the stream. Don't worry. I do have more stuff that I want to talk about, but I need to get this out of my system first. You should come up here next time you get the chance. A local college is in the mountain. There's plenty of hiking trails there. Yeah, definitely should. I gotta make a trip down to. I gotta make more trips. just in general. I gotta explore the world. You guys have seen how much I like to go to Google Maps. I have to explore the world more often. But anyways, you're thinking of this little part right here. This is just part of it. The Amazon, the Amazon part of Colombia is like all of this. You see all this like greener part? All of that is the Amazon. Where you see the roads that don't go into it anymore. Because that's the Amazon. There's a lot of rivers and you can't really build on the Amazon. But it's there. It's there, and there's only a couple of towns. Like here's Mitu. I think these are one of the bigger ones down here in the Amazon. Let's just go to a random place. Oh. This is just someone's house. It's just someone watching Peppa Pig. Okay. I was expecting that. Anyway, I've got to be on my way for tonight. Hope you have a fine stream and a fine night, everybody, as well. I appreciate you for dropping by. Tiberius Vanderfield. Hope you have a great rest of your day or night or week or whatever you having. And your red rest of your streaming career. And if I see you here again, well, I'll make sure to welcome you with open arms. And all that good stuff. And I'm sorry Peppa Pig is the last thing you're seeing while you... Oh my god. Alright, have a good one, man. Okay, how the heck do you get down to the southmost point then? I think by a boat. Like, I'm not even joking. I think you actually just have to go there via boat. Or maybe you can charter a plane. Like a personal plane. But, let me see. Gotta be a couple more places down here. Here's like a... It's a fucking Peppa Pig. I don't need to go to the Peppa Pig. Okay. Please. Okay. Okay. I'm Peppa Pig. This is my brother Josh. Alright, here's a... Yeah, you probably use one of these. One of these to get down to the lower parts. Here it is, Aeropuerto Alberto León Bentley. Ah, okay. Alberto Leon Bentley. That's a different kind of name. But yeah, this is the airport they have down there. And I'm surprised they even got something this big to land over there. This is not a big stage. How do you land? How do you land this thing over here? Oh Lord. Okay. Someone submitted that photo, or that's Google. That's Google. This is Google Maps. So somebody just uploaded that picture with those exact coordinates, and that's what Google put in there. Okay, something about this music is reminding me of the Secret of Monkey Island's OST. It might have been some inspiration. Anyways, what else can I go over here? Got another spot. I think this is outside the airport. Hey dude, how you doing? Hanging out? We actually do have a lot of these bracelets down there. I should have gotten one. I didn't get one while I was down there, man. I did get a keychain though. Yeah, this is pretty nice. I got a shirt too. Very nice shirt. Okay. Let's go down here. So this is more of a... Well, okay, this is what the Amazon looks like, so it's kind of different. But you do still see a lot of vegetation down here, a lot of trees, a lot of grass. The grass looks different and smells different. Also, it feels different. Like when you enter the country, it will feel different. It's not just the temperature. It's like the air is different. The atmosphere is different. It's a different country. It's a different country, very, very far away from where I am right now. So, you know, just kind of stuff that you can find down there. Okay, but yeah, see, there's a lot of rivers. So yeah, if you want to get all the way down here to Leticia, which is a tri-point town, as you can see here. So here, this is a weird picture. Oh, they took this picture wrong. Oh my god. But anyways, this is this little town right here, this is Brazil, this is Colombia, and this is Peru. So, it's kind of interesting. It's a tri-point town. There's a couple of those around, but yeah, you can see there's rivers. There's probably, there might be some, like, unpaved roads that can get you to places like this. And you can see here, yeah, there's a little airport. International airport, what? Don't tell me there's an international airport down here in the middle of fucking nowhere. Holy crap. I don't. Some tells me this isn't actually an international airport, but whatever. Anyways, but this is not what I wanted to show. Okay, anyways, let's actually go back to the pictures I actually took. Let's see what else I can get over here that makes sense to show. Oh, here's something interesting. So in Colombia, there's a lot of trees that have this little thing. It's called, what is it called again? Melena. Melena, which means mane. Like the mane of a horse, melena. And it's just this thing that a lot of trees have down there. It's like, they have like this little beards. And they're everywhere. They're even on the freaking like electrical things on the road. Because they're just that ubiquitous. Las melenas. They're everywhere. And you can touch them. It feels kind of weird, but yeah, it's like a giant beard. They feel like giant beards made of vines instead of hair. And it's just something that we don't have up here in the United. Well, at least I haven't seen any. I have never seen this here in the United States. I have to point out that I have not explored that much of the United States. I've only explored the Southeast and New York. But yeah, anyways, here's some more pictures that I took while I was hiking out with my grandma. You can see some pictures over there in the distance. You can see more of the Andean mountains. More clouds, more roads, more of more vegetation, all that stuff. Well, you've got a giant golden spider web on that tree. That's close enough. Yeah, we did have that over here in Georgia. Okay. There was something else I wanted to show. Yeah, this thing. So over there on the right, you can see like a bundle of just like a tiny forest of palm trees. Very, very, very tall palm trees. Well, actually, they're not palm trees. There's some other kind, but the actual trunk of those trees feels like a palm tree, and it's prickly. I found that out the hard way. They're prickly. I mean, I didn't do it this stream. I found out when I was a kid, but like, it's still, it's prickly. It looks an amazing pre-storm. Yeah, it's some very. I took some nice pictures. I'm not a professional photographer, but I think I took some nice pictures in this here trip. But yeah, that over there is like some kind of, I don't know what those bundles of trees are called, but they're again also everywhere. And let me see, I got some more stuff I took over here that's interesting. Oh yeah, I took some pictures of the lake. Specifically, this is El Lago Calima. That's pretty close to where my dad's town is. Actually, arguably, it's on the side of the town. It is one of the best lakes in the world for windsurfing. In fact, it is the #1 lake in America, in the American continent, for windsurfing. I don't know what the other two are that are better for that kind of stuff, but yeah, as far as the climate and the waves and the span of the lake is concerned, this is one of the best for it. And you can see, you know, I'm obviously on one side of the shore, and you can see on the other side there's a place. But we actually took a boat ride, or like a motor boat ride, to the other side, and it is very difficult for me to explain to you the sheer scale of this goddamn lake. without you actually going there. I cannot easily put into words how big the lake actually is once you're swimming on it. Because you see a lake from like a satellite view and it looks small, right? Let's go find the Lago Calima here on Google Maps real quick. Windsurfing sounds like something out of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Maybe, but no, it's just surfing with the wind. But let's go back over here. Yeah, surfing with a sail. That is down here. I think that's it. Maybe. No, that's not it. Hold on. And it's further south, but not that much. Wait, no, it's up here. There it is. Okay. That is the Lago Calima. So again, from a satellite view, it might not look that large, but well, this is here's Boga. That's the size of an entire like town. So the lake is comparable to the size of an entire town. Pretty big fucking lake. Pretty fucking big. And let's see if I can get some like Google Maps view of the side of it. Maybe somebody else took some other pictures of it. Here's a lake at a different time of day, from a different angle. Actually, this is surprisingly close to the actual place we went into. But yeah, it is a large lake. I think Wind Waker, but like standing up. And the boat's smaller, flatter, yeah, that's more or less windsurfing. Maybe some side view over here might help. Maybe like over here. Yeah, that's not very large, but okay, anyways, but you can actually see the town. The town that my dad lives in. Right here. It's kind of blurry, but that's the town. From here to here. It's the whole town. So it's not a very big town. It's actually a very, very small town. Kind of in the middle of fucking nowhere. But here's cozy. It's a very nice retirement place if you were ever thinking of retiring to Colombia. I don't think you are, but I mean, if you have a day as you go. I want some more pictures. Oh, this one looks nice. Oh yeah, that's a nice picture of the lake. Look at that. Man. Yeah. Again, very, very beautiful. The scenery, the nature, very nice to look at. My lake's bigger, but well, lucky you. But yeah, it was still a very enjoyable experience. I live next to a network of lakes. I wonder if the sizes are comparable. Maybe. Anyways, let me see if I have some more pictures worthy of showing you guys. I got a picture of some cows. Now, the reason I took this picture is because you can see over on the bottom left, that's the road. And there's the cows. So I mentioned on Discord that in Colombia we have a lot of animals just like out in the middle of the street. And yeah, here's an example of animals just being very, very close to the street. There are indeed cars and motorcycles and all sorts of vehicles going through that road on the bottom left. And there is no fence to keep the cows away. If a cow gets in the middle, you just have to wait for it to walk to the other side. Yeah. We definitely don't have those high-speed winds, and its size is controlled by a dam. It's absolutely not boat-worthy when to the water levels, though. Fair enough, yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's a cow. Anyway, let me see. I think I have a couple more pictures that I want to show off. Not too many. Mostly just wanted to show the foot pictures and the nature, but I do got some pictures of like things, more of a city view. Yeah, so this right here that's a nice picture. Actually, I think I have a better one. Hold on. Yeah, I think that this might be yeah, that's a better, more lit picture. So during the holiday season in Colombia, we like to use a lot of lights. Put a lot of very colorful lights all over the place, and this is a little park that just had a lot of lights. So I took some pictures. And yeah, if you ever go down to, it's called El Alumbrado. Let me spell it over here in the chat for you. El Alumbrado, it means the illuminated. And it is basically just a string of lights and very like decorative lights in a city. Whatever city it may be that you're at, that's just what it is, and it's usually a lot more impressive than some of the stuff you see up here in the US. That's part of what I was saying about like Colombia being a generally happier place. Decoration is definitely one of them. We like to decorate a lot more colorfully, a lot more lively down there. Wish we did that here in the US. I'm sure some areas do it, but it's not as widespread. It feels more corporate. I don't know, something about it. Okay. How crazy are the drivers there compared to America? Is there more or less roadkill, or would you guess? There is less roadkill. But that doesn't mean the drivers are better. There's just less roadkill. That's all I can really say about that. Well, okay, I can say this. Getting a driver's license in Colombia is a lot more difficult than the United States. There is a 5 to 6 week course that you have to take to get a driver's license. It is a lot more expensive to get a driver's license. And the driving test is a lot more difficult. And sustaining a driver's license also costs a lot more. So becoming a driver in Colombia is more difficult, and as such I would expect that the quality of the drivers is a little bit higher. Now, is it for reals? I don't know. But there's still a lot of accidents down there. There's still some crazy drivers. There's technically... The drivers down there are crazier but more skilled. So it balances out? I guess? Kind of? Not really? Yes, that's the best way I can describe it. Colombian drivers are crazier but also more skilled. So it's like they'll what's the police like? What police? Ain't no fucking cops in the roads down there, chief. Ain't nobody to set the rules. It's anarchy. That's why the drivers are crazier. I think I saw like... I think I might have seen like one police car, actually not police, it's a police motorcycle at my dad's town. And I think I only saw police presence outside of there if there was an accident, which did see a couple of accidents in the side of the road. But you will not see cops and patrol units just casually driving around or parking anywhere like you see here in the US. They're not present. Right? They're not present down there. That's what I say. The police is not much of a concern for you. The police will be a concern at checkpoints. There are a lot of checkpoints where they're like just making sure you've got papers. But other than that, you're fine. I should not have been given a driver's license as easy as I was. All I had to do was pass like a 10 to 16 question multiple choice test and pass a single inspection test. Yes, that's how I got my driver's license too. That's how just about everybody has gotten their driver's license in the US, and that's why we have so many terrible drivers up here. United States drivers, I cannot speak for Canada or Mexico. United States drivers are not tested properly. People don't know what the fuck they're doing behind the wheel. A lot of people that should not have a license that have a license. Now in Colombia, there's a lot of people that want to have a license, but really, you know, just can't. Despite that, there's still a lot of traffic down there. Very heavy traffic, so it's just... like, people will do it, they will get the license, just they'll take a lot longer. Anyways, here's another picture I took of like a photo place. You can just take a photo here. Well, this is a typical Colombian like farm area house. This is what more of a farm looks like. A farmhouse looks like in Colombia. Well, not a farmhouse, a house around the farm. What I'm trying to say. Well, you can see all the produce. You can see there's a lot of flowers because we do have a lot of flowers. You can see the kind of coloring that we like to use. You can see the fencing. You can see the all the sacks full of like potatoes and all that sort of produce. Yeah, that's colorful for a farmhouse. Yeah, we are very colorful country, and I'm sure the same can be said about a lot of Latin American countries. I'm sure Ecuador is very colorful. I'm sure Peru is very colorful. I'm sure Venezuela would be very colorful if they had some money to do. Okay, that's getting into a different argument that I probably shouldn't get into right now. Okay. That sounds like a major stress relief. I feel like there's police buzzing around like this dinky little town daily. Yeah, there's the absence of police. The absence of police should feel stressful because police supposedly are there to protect you. And I believe in parts of Europe, that's what they are actually there for. They're just there to protect you. They're not interested in giving you a ticket, but not every country is like that now, is it? Cops are very aggressive in the US, especially if you're a minority. You know what? I bet those two topics are connected. Yes. Okay. There's tons of farms around here, and all the property adjacent to them looks like zombies live there. Yeah, I don't like that. It's not like that. Now, I have driven through the Alabama countryside. I think the Alabama countryside looks quite nice. Definitely not as colorful, but it looks nice. Let's see, what else do we have around here? I guess actually here's a better picture of it, just a little bit further away. You can see the bench over there on the bottom left. We have a lot of benches like that down there. Here's some pictures of a mall. Yeah, we went to a mall in my mom's side town. And I just had to take pictures of that mall because it's kind of impressive. Like, I was surprised at how good that mall looked. Like, we have nothing to envy it. We have nothing in Colombia. There is nothing to envy about United States malls. This was a very nice looking place. Look at that. BBC. That's a bar actually. Look at the decoration from the inside. Again, there's a lot of vegetation. There's a clear view of the sky up there. Now, yes, unfortunately, this does mean that when it rains, rain's gonna come inside, and that's probably like, why would you do that? But I mean, that's just kind of how we do. We are more connected with nature. There's more, actually, I have to make sure it's actually showing up over here. There it is. Okay. So my connection dropped. Could you repeat what you said about the US malls? That Colombians have nothing to envy about US malls. We have pretty large malls down here as well. Well, not actually there, over there. Down there as well. Here's some more pictures. There's and then here's some more pictures of the light shows. Now this was particularly impactful for me because this park that I'm showing pictures of right now is the park that was in front of the house that I grew up in. And this was the largest change I saw while I was down there. When I was living in Colombia, in this area specifically, the park was not decorated. It was just a regular park. It had some chairs, had some trash cans, but it wasn't a particularly impressive looking park outside of the trees. So when I went down there, I was very pleased to see that the park is now super lively. Like, it is basically a tourism spot. because of how much decoration and stuff there is down there now. We got like, okay, this is not particularly, this is a kind of a blurry picture, but look at this picture of actually, I'll go ahead and let you guys know. This restaurant, that cafeteria that I'm showing here in this picture, that used to be my house. The house, unfortunately, we lost the wait, what was my connection? Connection? Okay, but yes, that used to be my house. So unfortunately, we had to sell it, and for a while the house was abandoned, and I actually saw some pictures of it on Google Maps. Like, let me see if I can actually fuck it. I'm not currently living there right now, so I don't mind showing you guys. But let's see. Yeah, here it is. So I'm gonna let's see if I can find that picture, this place on Google Maps. And here's the town, Cartago. If I can find it, Parque Principal Simón Bolívar Cartago Parque Lineal. Yeah, here's the park. This is the name of the park, Parque Lineal. And here, I believe, yes. Okay. So you can see this was taken in 2013. This photograph. I think that's what the house used to look like. That's the one right there. You can see how it was kind of being left abandoned. You can see how the walls were starting to get all corroded and degraded, and maybe the inside was starting to rot a little bit too. So it was very impactful, very emotional even, to see the town, to go back to that place and see that. And my old house turned into a brand new like restaurant, fully decorated, repainted, repurposed, given life again. That was something very special for me while I was down there. Like, it's like seeing, because it would have been very, very sad if we had gone down there and we had seen that. Like, you know, you're seeing your old house decayed and abandoned and just a mess. It's a very sad sight to see. Because I did have to see it with another house that I used to live at down there. It was very sad to see that other house being turned to basically nothing. And here's what the park used to look like. Again, I mean, the trees are there. You can see all the melena on the trees, but it wasn't as decorated. There wasn't as much stuff going on here. It's just a couple chairs, yeah, but now it looks like that. Now it looks beautiful. Now it looks lively, and there's a whole lot of restaurants in this area, and there's cafeterias, and there's decoration. Look at that thing. And there's like games that the children can play in the side of the street. And there's you see all those light shows. Yeah, that's impossible for me to imagine. I've pretty much abandoned the place I grew up in. Yeah. So it's pretty intense sight. Here's some more pictures. We got fountains down there. We got what? We got this weird dome-looking thing. Actually, I think I got a bad picture of it right here. Yeah, this dome-looking thing, and now, of course, yeah, some of this is just Christmas decoration, but still, it was very nice. And we even had a polar bear. Oh my god, we even had a polar bear. This is a lot. I mean, this is not a real polar bear, but we had a polar bear. And here's it's kind of hard to see, but you can see that weird looking train back there. That's actually an oruga, which means caterpillar, and it's just a car that has just a bunch of little carts behind it. It basically looks like a train, but it goes on the street. It does not go on a rail. You can use that just to drive around town. It's like a cycling train. It goes around probably about every half hour. It goes to a certain route. So route, I guess you can say it. So yeah, it was a kind of cool little creature over there. So about how big or urban would you say this place is? It's so hard for me to imagine a place as nice as this in a rural US environment. I would actually have to describe that as rural. Like, just on a size comparison, let me step back a little bit. Okay, so let's see. So this is the size of Cartago. You can see like the gray part. That's the full size of the city, quote unquote city. This here is Pereira. This is a much larger city in the country. Ibagué is a little bit bigger, and then I think up here somewhere, maybe more like down here. Okay, yeah. So here's a good comparison. Here's Cartago. This is where I was with my mom's side family. And here's Bogota. There's definitely a noticeable size difference. And I guess for a bigger city comparison, we can go to like... Actually, I don't think I need to go to a much bigger place, but yeah, still, it's a pretty considerable size difference. Is there a public toilet? Trolley of some kind? Yeah, kind of. Nice looking polar bear statue. Bogota is a big deal. Yes, Bogota is the capital of Colombia. It is also the largest city in Colombia. It's not somewhere I would really recommend visit. I mean, okay, well, I would recommend spending maybe a day or two in Bogota if you do go to Colombia, but it's not. It is not the ideal vacation spot. If you're down in Colombia, I would personally sooner recommend Medellin. I fucking love Medellin. Medellin is like, see, Bogota is like the main capital business city, right? Like that's where the money is. About as much money as we can talk about here in Colombia, but yeah, that's where the business is happening. That's where you gotta go if you need to find a job, and you need to find a job for sure, and you need to like sustain the family and all of that. Medellin is like that cool city. You know, I like for instance, in like let's say just for an example from what I've heard, Tennessee. Nashville, the capital, you know, that's where the money, that's where the business happens in Tennessee. Whereas like Knoxville or Chattanooga, those are like the cool cities. That's like where like the nice shit. That's like the medium-sized city where the nice stuff happens. Yeah, or like in Japan, Tokyo is like the big city with the business and the money, and then Osaka and Kyoto. Those are like the smaller but much nicer cities. Yeah. So in Colombia it would be like that. Bogota is like the big city, and then Medellin is like the cool city. Don't go to Cali. Don't fucking go. Trust me, don't fucking go down there. It's a mess right now. Do not go to Cali. And if you want like a real vacation spot, Barranquilla is a city by the sea, so obviously Cartagena. That's a vacation. That's our equivalent of Cancun. Like Cancun, Mexico, like that's where all like the people that want to go to vacation in Mexico go to. If you want the Colombian equivalent of it, Cartagena. Just go to Cartagena. It's great down there. I've been to Cartagena. It's very pretty. Or if you want to go to a much more in the middle of the sea, go to San Andres. This is actually Colombian. I know it's right next to freaking Nicaragua, in Costa Rica and Panama. This is actually part of Colombia. San Andres. So there you go. Okay. I had a feeling Bogota was the capital because of the bold font. Yes. I think Well, no, I think Google Maps uses a bold font for big cities, not necessarily the capital. For example, here in Venezuela, we have Caracas, Valencia, Barquisimeto, and Maracaibo. Jesus, I'm dying over here. And Maracaibo, they all have bold fonts. Yeah, that's just something Google Maps does. So you see a city in Google Maps with a bold font, it's a big city. So you gotta ask the locals if it's a good city. Okay, I wish I could provide an insider's point of view for Nashville because I lived there for years, but it's so unrecognizable these days even to me. They made reeks of money when one lived there. How about those islands to the north, near Aruba? Well, that's Aruba and Curacao. Those are technically micronations, countries. Like that is not part of Colombia or Venezuela. Those are their own little countries. They're very small countries, but they're countries. Yeah, this is no longer part of Colombia. Surprisingly, this is, but not that. This is not part of Colombia or Venezuela. That might be. Actually, no, that's Bonaire. There you go. There's Bonaire. That's the thing that you've told me. That's the furthest south you've been. Well, there's a comparison to how close you were to Colombia. You were a lot closer to Venezuela than Colombia. But there's all the little islands. But okay. I think that might be all the. Oh. Oh, look at that. All my music just ended too. I think that's about it for the Colombia, because I don't think I have any more pictures that I really want to show you guys. I mean, I can check. Let me see. Might be like one or two. Talk about real quick. Oh, yeah. Actually, I do have one more foot picture, technically. So this here is La Locura. This is a, what's the name of it? They sell cakes, not cakes. They say, what's the name of the thing? I'm trying to think. It's in Spanish. It's called hojaldre. Let me see if I can see if Google can help me with this one. Okay. Puff pastries. They sell puff pastries in here. Puff pastry cakes. And they are made of a couple of meat choices. Most noticeably, they have lamb. They have lamb puff pastry cakes. They're delicious. I was very disappointed throughout my entire trip because I did not find this place anywhere. And there it was at the airport on my way back to the United States. That was a La Locura. And I was so happy because I fucking love their cakes. Their lamb cakes in particular are so good. They're so tasty. And they got like this little sauce that they give you. Oh my god. Like, yo, if you like puff pastries, you like little meat cakes basically, go to La Locura. There's a couple here and there. There's not that many of them anymore. And I have heard that they decreased the quality a little bit, but for me it was still delicious. I still freaking love that puff pastry. Oh my god. Anyways, okay. That is basically the last picture I had of Colombia. The last thing I had to say about Colombia, anyways. I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't think I've ever eaten one. Well, if you ever get the chance, take that chance. It's worth it. Absolutely. Okay. Well, let's switch to some music. Well, we're gonna switch from Colombian background music to French background music. And the reason I'm switching to French background music is because we're actually going to talk about the next subject. Yeah, is well, I don't know if I really want to put too much French music because I want to get sued. I feel like I'm safe with Colombian music, but French music might be a little bit more of a risky maneuver. Ah, fuck it, there's only one way to find out. Okay. Anyways, let's switch back to this thing. And, well, I might switch back to YouTube in just a minute, but, yeah. I think it wasn't filled with, like, the kind of thing you'd put in a donut. Chocolate jelly. Ice or cream. Yeah, no, this one was more of a meat cake better than a sweet cake. But you can definitely fill those up with sweets too. That will also be delicious. Okay. I don't think I've ever had a meat cake. I've only eaten sweet cake. Is there anything like a meat pie? Kind of. It's the same culinary philosophy of filling some kind of bakery item with meat instead of something sweet. But you'd have to actually try one to get a proper feel of the taste. Anyways, we're switching to French music because the other thing I wanted to mention is that I've actually started to learn French. Just like earlier this week, in fact, I started to learn French. Maybe like on the weekend. And so far, yeah, I've taken a couple of lessons and I'm starting to get a grasp of it. It definitely helps to know both English and Spanish going into French, because it seems like both English and Spanish share a lot in common with share a lot of words with the language. We have a lot of French loan words in English, as I've come to find out. And obviously French is originally a Romantic, Latin-based language. So me having that Spanish background helps me with the language a little bit. And also, having that Spanish knowledge, being, you know, Spanish being either a sibling or at least a very close cousin to French, I feel confident and responsible in saying French is a very stupid language. Guy, there's so much dumb shit with French. Why does it do those things? Why is half the fucking vocabulary silent? Why is, like, hold on, let's go to Google, not Google Maps this time, let's go to Google Translate. Okay, so let's switch back over here on this one. And let's get the français. So this word, right? It's got a C, an E, an S, and a T, right?
Say.
Where the fuck is the S and T?
Say.
Say. Where did the S and the T go? What happened to them? Here's another one.
Bordeaux.
Bordeaux. That word ends like here. It goes over here, skips this 2, goes to the U, and then just doesn't do anything with the X. Why are there so many silent letters in French? I don't get it. Also, the French R, I can pronounce it, I figure it out, but it is a little bit complicated. So, the French R is not pronounced R or R like in Spanish. No, it's like, that letter is called the R. R. That is the French R. It's not Paris, it's Paris. It's not Bordeaux, it's Bordeaux. It's not Francais, it's Francais. It is a very weird letter. I don't know why they did it like that. And there's actually a video by Native Lung. It's a YouTube channel. It's actually just kind of going through the history of why French became the way it is. And yeah, it's a lot of bullshit came into the creation of the French language to make it like that. Okay. Yeah, do tell, because it's interesting me. French Canada completely came out of nowhere to me. One of my favorites is portmanteau is how you would say that. Portmanteau. Okay. Then you say you were learning another language a while ago. Korean, and yes, and Japanese. And now I'm throwing French into the mix. Yeah, the sound X has always perplexed me. It sounds like you're trying to cough up a hairball. Yeah, it sounds like a growling noise. It sounds more like a G than an R. Well, that's the rules. It's not the R. It's the R. Paris. Order. Bonjour. Merci. You know. Yeah, it's not merci, it's merci. Merci beaucoup. Okay. What's this you just sent me? Take a look at it. What?
C'est gentil de la part de la princesse de nous avoir invités à ce pique-nique. Hein, Luigi? J'espère qu'elle a fait plein de spaghettis. Luigi, regarde. C'est Bosworth qui nous écrit. Cher plomb,
So you can
les coupes à lignes et moi
you can kind of pay attention to all the
sommes
G
maîtres du royaume
sounds they're
des
making.
champignons. J'ai invité la princesse à rester dans un de mes 7 hôtels de Koopa. Pour toujours. Je parie que vous ne pourrez jamais la retrouver. Il faut qu'on retrouve la princesse. Et vous?
Yeah, so basically you can pay attention to all the G sounds that you tend to hear in a typical French conversation. It's not because there's a lot of words with G in French. No, it's a lot of R's that they're actually saying. It's a lot of the R noise. For example, flower is fleur. You might have heard the word flower in French before, thanks to the spy from the Meet the Spy short. Actually, we can do it right here. I'll keep making this thing quiet.
Petit chou-fleur.
Yeah, so is that right? No, stop. Okay.
Ma petit chou-fleur.
So you can hear at the very end, ma petit chou-fleur. Ma petit chou-fleur. Fleur is flower. So that might be the first time you've heard the word flower in your life. Maybe somebody here in the comments actually translated that. Maybe. Anybody? Hello? Well, basically, flower, fleur, ends with an R. So instead of making a flower sound, you make a fleur. It's a G. It's a slight G sound. It's not a very pronounced G sound because you know it's French. It's still trying to make the last letter sound silent in as many occasions as it can get away with. But in the case of fleur, you have to end with like a slight G sound. You know, fleur. It's not fleur or fleurs. It's fleur. So your throat's gonna hurt a little bit after you speak some French. That's what I'm trying to say here, because you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to reach back in there so often to make the sounds that the language demands. My God. Okay. It's a hair. Because you're right. It's a hairball noise. It's cauliflower. So the reason I'm learning French is because I do in fact have some interest in going to Canada. And my sister and my mom both have interest in visiting Paris, you know, France, one day. And I have a feeling that trip to France is coming sooner than I'm thinking. Like, not this year, I don't think so, but I wouldn't be surprised if in the next, like, 3 years or so, my dad tells me, hey, so we're going, you know, me and your sister, we're going to France, Paris. You wanna come with us? And the idea would be so that my mom and I can also go to Paris, right? So I'm not gonna say no to going. It's not one of my primary locations that I want to visit. It doesn't. It's not above Tokyo or Seoul or you know South Korea and Japan for me. But I'm not gonna say no to going to France. Yes, I would like to go to France. And obviously I'm gonna need some French in France. Yes, there's a lot of tourism spots. I'm sure a lot of people in France speak English and Spanish. But it would be a lot easier if I spoke some French, right? So I'm trying to learn French in preparation for that, which, you know, you would think, oh, but that's years from now. Well, you know what else was years from now? Back when I originally was in college, I was thinking of like I was thinking in my 30s and, you know, like my late 20s, I was gonna be in a very different spot in my life. Because I thought like that, oh yeah, that's years and years and years, so now I don't have to worry about it. I'm almost 30.